Hey, welcome to the first day of this challenge. I just arrived a few days ago to the tropical island of Bali, and I'm here on a mission to grow my small account of $4,600 by 25%. It's honestly been so surreal for me because I'm living surrounded by all these rice fields and farmers, and that comes with all these animals, cows, insects, birds, all these things I'm not really used to coming from a suburb in California. But you know what? It's put me in this environment where I can meet a lot of locals, try these new kinds of foods, enjoy this beautiful surrounding, and that puts me in the right mindset to take on this challenge, to really focus on the day trading and do the best that I can. Now, to clarify, I do trade equities on the New York Stock Exchange, so I get to work at nighttime, and then the following day, I can make a video recapping what I did. So in this video, I'm gonna go over some of the stocks that I traded last night, and especially QCOM, which is what I traded for a 1.4% gain on my account. It's a small step in the right direction, but you know what? It gives me confidence. It puts me on the right foot to move on with this challenge. So let's get right into it. All right, so I got the chart of QCOM up here. It's a 5-minute chart, and this is actually a live recording. And I just do a live recording so I can show you guys what I was thinking in real time while I was trading this stock. So first of all, it was pushing up really hard into this $82 resistance and then pulling back. Now, generally I will look to get long on a setup like this as it consolidates a little bit higher and gears up for another move. My first idea was to get long somewhere between $80 to $81 as it consolidated around here before it moved up higher. However, as we'll see in a moment, the stock actually showed a lot of weakness and started to go down even lower, so I had to change my trading idea. So I fast forward about 20 minutes, and now you can see that it's rejected the $81 level again, so this could be a lower high. And now it's starting to break down below the $80 level, which was what I was saying before. I was looking for it to hold, and now it's not holding anymore. So I haven't entered a position yet. Instead, I've changed my trading plan so that I can get long at this low of day here and this ascending trend line that I drew from the pre-mark. Now at this point in time, I got long at 78.85 on a limit order. The reason why I did a limit order was because it was actually coming down really fast. You can kind of see here on the 1-minute chart, it was accelerating down quite quickly, and I wanted to make sure that I got into the trade. So I took really small size. I was actually risking against $78 right here. I was going to add to the trade if this kind of held and pushed back up above 79, held 79 for a little bit, and then I might add for the move back up to the $80 mark. Here on this is the 1-minute chart here on the right side. You can kind of see that it actually pushed back up above the $79. This is about 78.70 right here, and I'm thinking if this pushed all the way down to 78.70, which matches the low of day here, and also this ascending trend line, it shouldn't really get back below 78.70. This is actually about 78.75, I believe. It shouldn't get back below it. I basically moved up my stop from $78 to 78.70. So now my new stop, I'm looking to get long, well, actually to double my position again, somewhere close to $79, get my average to be around 79 for a move back up to 80 and possibly higher. Now, what I'm looking for is for it to hold $79 again and basically confirm that this is the support right here. And now that my stop is at 78.70, that's why I can also double my position, and I'm actually going to have even less risk on the table than I had before. Now, as we move forward, you can see that again it held $79 and it starts to push up. My stop is essentially break even now because it held $79 and it's making a new high. It just pushed up above it. This is all in real time. So now my stop is definitely break even. I'm not gonna let it come back all the way down here. And now I'm thinking of getting out at $80. It is a little bit early, but one of the reasons why I kind of moved my target down from the initial, I want this to go back up to highs, go back to 84, 85, is because of this really strong sell candle right here. This candle, it basically tells me there's a lot of weakness in this stock. It made a lower high, it closed below the VWAP, and it closed below this ascending trend line. So now I'm a lot more cautious on this stock possibly making another lower high here, possibly stopping around here, and then just rolling back over. So I'm going for kind of an $80 target. Now, when this rejects right here, it rejects the $80 mark here, you can see on the 1 minute chart. That's when I was pretty cautious. I was thinking of getting out like right here. It got to 79.60 and I'm thinking this is I don't want to get caught in this VWAP rejection. So I basically took it off around 79.80s. All right, so you can kind of see here now that I was able to get out at 79.80 as it came back up, test the $80 again for the second time. As it started to reject, that's when I was like, okay, thank you, I got out, because it was showing a lot of weakness around 80, and especially after this really strong close on this candle, I was thinking that there's probably going to be some more continued weakness. That was it. So I essentially made 80 cents on the trade. It was a 1.4% gain. So let's go over some of the stocks I was looking at real quickly. INTC was also kind of moving on the news of QCOM. I did not mention that the QCOM news was basically that they ended all litigation with Apple, and there was some multiple price target raises. That's why I was a little more bullish on the trade. I also wanted to take a look at the daily chart of QCOM, and basically you can see that it did push up against this $82 resistance level, and that's where that resistance came from all the way back in 2013. It was also gapping up on some pretty good news. It ended all litigation with Apple, and making new highs on the daily, and it had multiple price target raises by a lot of different banks and so forth. So that's why I was more long biased on QCOM, and I got a long trade on it successfully, and I traded it very carefully, and it worked out. The other stock that I was also looking at was Intel. This was also kind of trading on the same news, kind of also a reaction to what was going on with QCOM. It was also up 4.3%. It traded about 1 million shares before the pre-market, or before the market opened. And there was some news on it. It was going to stop making chips for 5G smartphones. But let's look at the technical analysis of this on the 5. So when a stock gaps up and can't come back down and break the lows, and then it consolidates, you could actually get a move up higher, but you can see it can't break down to the lows. It just gaps up, it can't get down lower, then consolidates here around the VWAP, the moving averages, then you get that next push up. So that was Intel. Let's see, I think there was another opportunity here on, there was one on United Airlines, but the volume was just so low in the pre-market that I wasn't really interested in it, and you can kind of see this is so choppy. There was actually some really strong resistance here at $90, $89.50, which is where the opportunity comes in. You can see it pushes up, rejects, and then makes that lower high, rejects again. There's a little bit of a short opportunity, but again, compared to the other stocks that we had before, there just wasn't a lot of volume. There's only 380,000 shares in the first 5 minutes. There isn't really a good pre-market pattern. And I'll just show you the daily chart right here. This is where that $90 level comes in here. Actually a pretty good head and shoulders right here. That did not work out. Those, yeah, that's actually a good example of head and shoulders not working out. But yeah, this $90 level here was very, very significant. And you can see it pushed back up right into it and then rejected. All right, so that's it for today. 1.4% gain on QCOM. Thanks for joining me on the first day of this challenge. Hope we see you again on another video. See you next time.